Spectrum TV. Welcome to Spectrum TV News at 12. I am Uyai and here can come to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Let's take a look at the major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari directs all ministers to keep working until May 29. FEC okays 226 billion naira, $592 million for power projects nationwide. Plus, U.S. approves $285 million sale of air defense system to Ukraine. We will bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. Thanks for joining us. Our first report this afternoon is from the national scene, where President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked all ministers in his cabinet to continue until May 29, when President-elect Bola Tinubu will be inaugurated as his successor. This was confirmed by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. Mohammed also noted that the Federal Executive Council (FEC) has not been dissolved. Meanwhile, the presidency yesterday explained that President Buhari had approved last-minute funds few days to his transfer of power to the administration of Bola Tinubu. As he said, the government needs funds to clear debts. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, stated this during a televised interview while assessing the performance of Buhari's 8-year tenure in office. Away from that, the Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved contracts worth 226 billion naira and $592 million to increase power supply across the country. Briefing newsmen after yesterday's valedictory FEC meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at State House, Abuja, the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, said that the power contracts were spread among communities across the country, including Potiskum in Yobe State, Daura in Katsina State, Sapade in Ogun State, and Benin in Edo State, among others. According to him, the council approved award of contract for the engineering, procurement, construction, and financing on the implementation of 330 kilovolts and 132 kilovolts transmission lines and 33 kilovolts, 11 kilovolts, and 400 protective earth distribution line projects under Phase 1 of the Presidential Power Initiatives in favor of 2 contractors in the sum total of over $581 billion, inclusive of 7.5% at the prevailing exchange rate, with a completion period of 36 months as indicated. Meanwhile, the federal government has ordered the immediate stoppage of further deductions from the Federation account over the Paris Club funds and immediately directed a refund to the states on the deductions made so far. In a communique at the end of the governors' meeting, outgoing chairman of the NGF, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, said the governors were briefed by the chairman of the forum that the Minister of Finance has granted the request of the forum to immediately stop further deductions from the state's account to meet local government council's London Paris Club obligations and the money so far deducted paid back to the state. Recall that in 2005, the Paris Club in Nigeria justified the federal government's economic reforms as far-reaching and therefore cancelled 60% of the country's $30 billion debt. In the meantime, Office of Auditor General for the Federation and Chartered Institute of Forensics and Certified Fraud Investigators of Nigeria CIF-CFIN have signed an agreement to reduce corrupt practices, fraud and financial malfeasance in the public sector. During the signing ceremony, which took place at Audit House, Abuja, the acting Auditor General for the Federation, Andrew Onwudili, said that the partnership is a great opportunity to further define new frontiers of what the two institutions hold dear and will be beneficial to the citizens of the country. Omodili noted that his office, in partnership with CIFCFIN, would be better equipped to fight corruption in ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, as both are bringing different skill sets to the table on ways and means of tackling the menace. Meanwhile, the CIFCFIN president, Iliyasu Gashibaki, said the partnership is to build capacity in the area of forensics and fraud investigation, particularly for the Directorate cadre across the three tiers of government. From the Green Chambers, the House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the alleged illegal export of 48 million barrels of crude oil to foreign destinations has re-invited the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, as well as the Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed, to appear today, May 25, at the Chambers. The chairman of the House ad hoc committee, Mark Gilblia, reissued the summons during the ongoing 3 days investigative hearing on the $2.4 billion alleged to have been siphoned by oil companies and some government agencies on the deal. At the resumed hearing, the committee said the two ministers are to shed light on the whistleblower policy of the federal government and provide the committee with all requested documents on the issue on the probe by the House. We move now to judicial matters, where the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Olukayode Aruwola, will today in Abuja inaugurate the newly appointed 39 members of the Election Petition Tribunal. A statement by the Director of Information and Press of the court, Dr. Festus Akande, indicated that the tribunal members will be sworn in at the main hall of the Supreme Court of Nigeria complex. The new members are to join others appointed earlier to adjudicate over petitions emanating from the conduct of the 2023 general elections conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In a separate development, Benue State Governor Samuel Otham has dismissed the possibility of defecting to the All Progressives Congress (APC) after leaving office. Otham, however, vowed to support and work for the president-elect Bola Tinubu as a People's Democratic Party (PDP) member. Speaking during a televised interview, the governor said he would continue to ensure equity and justice in Nigeria, adding that he worked for the emergence of a southern presidency because he wanted equity and justice. Back here on the home front, in furtherance of Governor Dom Emmanuel's administration's completion agenda, the phenomenal Dakada Skills Acquisition Center, DASAC, Ikod Adaidem, has been inaugurated. Inaugurating the 9-faculty DASAC at Ikod Adaidem in Ibiono local government area of the state yesterday, Governor Emmanuel expressed fulfillment that the project was a reflection of his yearning to use his tenure to create desired change rather than manage situations created by others. Our correspondent completes the report.
Thank you. State Governor Udom Emmanuel has urged the youth, especially those from Ibianibom local government area, to ensure the adequate maximization of the remodeled and rebranded Dakeda Skills Acquisition Center, DASAC, for their benefit. Speaking during the official inauguration of the center at Ikoda Daidem, Ibianibom local government area, Governor Emmanuel said the project was in furtherance of his completion agenda and his resolve to better the fortunes of the people. He therefore urged the youths to rise to the occasion and adequately utilize the project while also ensuring that it is protected and secured. While thanking the consultants of the project for effectively interpreting his vision, the governor equally commended the University of Lagos for agreeing to collaborate and partner with the center to achieve its goal, stressing that the Dakada Skills Acquisition Center will be that of excellence.
To me, This is that day that the Lord has made. Let me thank the Ibiono people, and most especially the consultant on this project. But most especially, I want to thank University of Lagos, because when we approached them for this collaboration and partnership, they did not turn us down. Center of Excellence. Center of Excellence. So today, I want to actually now throw a challenge to University of Lagos that you have infrastructure. This is not yet a skills varsity as we are thinking. We'll turn to skills varsity based on what two of us will bring out of it. And I want to assure them, even though I'm leaving by next week, but the incoming governor will ensure that certainly this place keeps to that word, to that phrase of Center of Excellence. Great business and food security. We have faculty of civil and building technology. We have faculty of mechanic, fabrication and automobile engineering. We have faculty of power and renewable energy. We have faculty of hospitality and lifestyle management. Then we have faculty of general studies and life skills development, where this will train you on leadership. To rebuild our Dakada skills, we need to rebuild our Dakada philosophy, where Kwaibomite will rise and say, look, all that we have is all that we need. Where Kwaibomite will rise to the challenge and say that once the passion is right, nothing is impossible. Where Kwaibomite will rise to say that all that God has deposited in me, I can make use of it and turn it to something that I can also employ other people. That's why today I say this is the day the Lord has made. And I'm grateful that God has kept us alive to see the completion of this project. And then
of the Arise agenda, from agricultural development, rural development, infrastructural maintenance, security, and entrepreneurship is represented here on this ground. And so it will be our greatest honor and privilege to partner with this institution and indeed the great University of Lagos to train our students and our youth so that they can have jobs. Now, what I expect to see are people that will send me CV that they want to be trained in agriculture, they want to be trained in entrepreneurial development. We will work with this institution to ensure that we make Akwa Ibom proud and put our young people back to work, that they begin to earn their own living.
In their goodwill messages, they add by Ibionibom, Hima Omo, the paramount ruler of Ibionibom local government area, Okuku Imeldo Sorinyang, and the State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Comrade Ini Memebong, thanked the governor for the life-touching project and prayed God to bless him, stressing that history will be kind to Dom Emmanuel. Meanwhile, the center has 9 faculties and a sports academy.
We move now to Africa, where Ukraine Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has urged African countries to end their neutral stance over Russia's invasion as he embarks on a second tour of the continent. Kuleba noted that Ukraine's relations with African countries did not receive proper attention in the country's foreign policy for years, which led to losses. Reports say he held talks with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, former African Union AU Commission Chairman Moussa Faki, and Comoros President Azali Osmani, who is the current AU Chairman. Still in Africa, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has approved $3.5 billion loan agreement with Ivory Coast, which it says is designed to tackle financial challenges and assist economic transformation. The IMF said the West African country will receive nearly $500 million immediately, and further funds will be dependent on Ivory Coast making structural changes to its economy. The body noted that the loan will help the country tackle the triple shocks of the COVID pandemic, global monetary tightening, and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Moving now to the foreign scene, where the United States has announced the approval of $285 million sale of the NASAMS air defense system and related equipment to Ukraine, as Krev seeks to boost protection against Russian strikes. The U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency said in a statement that Ukraine has an urgent need to increase its capabilities to defend against Russian missile strikes and aircraft. According to the agency, acquiring and effectively deploying the capability will enhance Ukraine's ability to defend its people and protect critical national infrastructure. The agency also said that the cell will support U.S. foreign policy on national security goals by improving the security of a partner country, which is a force for political stability and economic progress in Europe. Still on the foreign scene, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has filed papers to launch his 2024 presidential campaign, teeing up 18 months of acrimony as he and Donald Trump lock horns in what is expected to be an attritional contest for the Republican nomination. Reports say DeSantis was considered a rising Republican star but has seen his prospects dented by months of relentless attacks from the former president, who has surged into a commanding lead despite being engulfed in criminal investigations. The 44-year-old right-winger filed his documentation with the Federal Election Commission ahead of a live-streamed Twitter chat with Elon Musk, where he is expected to make his formal announcement. Still to come in the news. Nigeria defeats Italy, go top of group in Under-20 World Cup. Do stay with us for details after the break. Thanks for staying tuned, and now to the rest of the news. On our business news, the federal government has said Nigerians can now request debit card issuance that doubles as their national identity card from their commercial banks. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, disclosed this in Abuja. He noted that the approval followed a memorandum from the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, and the issuance comes at no cost. According to Pantami, demands for cards have swelled, though the NIMC Act 2007 only mandates Nigerians to have a national identity number and not necessarily a printout card. The minister added that the NIMC had partnered with the Central Bank of Nigeria on the project in order to ease up the difficult situation on Nigerians. Still in business, World Bank says the cash scarcity caused by the Naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has pushed Nigeria's gross domestic product GDP below the International Monetary Fund and African Development Bank global projections. According to its World Economic Outlook for April 2023, the International Monetary Fund returned its growth forecast of 3.2% for Nigeria's economy in 2023. The financial bank noted that the African Development Bank in January projected that Nigeria's GDP, which indicates the economic growth rate, would inch up to 3.1% in 2023, adding that uncertainty about policy continuity after the election and rising insecurity will weaken the nation's growth prospect during the year. We move now to health, where global health leaders and advocates have raised awareness on the prevention and treatment of cervical cancer, noting that no woman should lose her life when the disease can be prevented. The call followed the creation of the Global Declaration to eliminate cervical cancer by 12 leading public health experts and researchers. According to reports, 1,200 global health leaders and advocates representing over 100 countries, including former Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, and Chief Executive Officer of Amref Health Africa, Jihinji Githahi, signatured the Global Declaration. The declaration was led by scientists, healthcare providers, and advocates for immunization, cancer eradication, and women's health around the world. The called for action from country leaders, private sectors, vaccine manufacturers, community leaders, and others to make cervical cancer elimination a global priority. Still in health, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has vowed to seal any health facility found providing substandard services to patients. The Director, Medical and Diagnostic Health and Human Services Secretariat, FCTA, Abubakar Ahmadu, issued the warning while addressing newsmen after an inspection of health facilities in Abuja. He noted that the essence of the exercise was to have an intensive inspection of the private health facilities in the FCT to ensure that they were registered with Private Health Establishments Registration and Monitoring Committee in the FCT. In sports, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria defeated Gli Azzurrini of Italy 2-0 in their second game of Group D at the 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Goals from Salim Fago Lawal and Jude Sunday proved vital as Nigeria secured 3 maximum points against the Italians on Wednesday at the Estadio Malvinas Argentinas in Mendoza, Argentina. Ladan Boso made just one change to the team, which defeated Dominican Republic 2-1 in the opening game, as Italy-based Victor Eletu was brought on for Tochukwu Nadi in the midfield. The victory takes Nigeria to the summit of the group with 6 points. The Flying Eagles will play Brazil on Saturday in their final game of the group. Still in sports, Britain's Julio Enso scored a fantastic equalizer as the Seagulls confirmed Europa League qualification with an entertaining draw against champions Manchester City. Phil Foden opened the scoring for treble-chasing City, squeezing the ball beyond Britain defender Jean-Paul Van on the goal-kicking line after Erling Haaland's assist left goalkeeper Jason Steele stranded. Britain deservedly leveled through 19-year-old Eniko's stunning strike, which arrowed into the top corner from 25 yards. Haaland had a goal ruled out for a pull on his marker in 79th minute, following a video assistant referee review, as Britain held on for a draw that ends City's 12-match winning run in the Premier League. As for Britain, the hard-earned point seals a top 6 finish and cements a place in next season's Europa League group stage. Moving on to our entertainment news, famous rock and roll artist Tina Turner has reportedly died at the age of 83. According to reports, the music star, who was a rock and roll legend which earned her the title of Queen of the Genre and a pop culture icon, passed in her sleep on May 24, 2023. Turner, during her half-a-century-long career run, released 9 studio albums, won 12 Grammys, received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and was also inducted into the Grammys Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Still on entertainment, celebrities and fans have paid tribute to the 83-year-old soul star Tina Turner. Reports say Beyoncé, Mick Jagger, Mariah Carey, and Oprah Winfrey and other stars joined in saluting Turner's musical legacy, while former U.S. President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle praised her for singing her truth through joy and pain. They were joined by the current U.S. President Joe Biden, who noted that Turner had started life as a farmer's daughter and hailed her once-in-a-generation talent. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do well to follow us on social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum TV News at 12. I am Uyai Anekan. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.